April, I used the frequent flyer miles I rack up through work travel to pay visits to old friends. First up, Oakland and my friend Shendi. We overlapped at NYU for 2 years, but met only a year and a half ago through our work at Teach for America. At the time, we lived in Denver and Boston, respectively. Now, we both live in California. Shendi is just 26, but I respect her politics, her critical consciousness, and her awesome haircut. Life, love, age 30.
Age 30.
Is it an arbitrary number, or is there meaning there?
Well, most things in life I feel like are social constructs.
Right.
And a lot of people say that and imply that we shouldn't care about them and that they don't matter. But in fact, most social constructs matter a lot. I do associate age 30 with some sort of like, I want to have made it by age 30. But I really feel like I will have known that I made it when I have my own internal compass and feel more held to those standards than external standards. Since I've always known my goal is to end up with someone who I want to marry and spend my life with, I was pretty aggressive about my dating game, like starting from when I was 21.
And with the internet, one gets access to a greater range of people outside of one's immediate space and community.
So in Boston, I started tracking it. I think I went on 200 or something in the 3 years that I lived there.
Holy crap.
200 different people.
I feel like you need to write a book. 200
so
dates in Beantown. That's the name of the book. Despite like intellectually rejecting the idea that romance should be this like serendipitous turn of events,
right.
like I don't trust the process by which most people probably meet each other.
The funny thing is that when I was younger and I had less experience, I was all about love at first sight. As I'm getting older, I'm trying to give things more chances when they're sort of neutral at first. As long as you have the value proposition is there. Who cares about the process? That's my opinion.
I was always the guy, and maybe this is true for like a lot of guys, that had like intense crushes on people.
Did you express the feelings, or how did it typically? Okay.
Often. I have this tendency, I think, to hypothesize the ideal in certain people.
Some heinous amount of music is based on breakups and projected notions of what people are like and how much we want to be with them or whatever. So yeah, I don't know. It makes sense to me that creative people are in their heads a lot. Power has a lot to do with knowledge and how much knowledge we think we have or don't have about a person, and then how much we're willing to like seek out based on acknowledging that we don't really know as much as we think we do.
Historically, I've like vacillated between extreme cynicism and extreme idealism about my romantic life. Part of what it will mean for me to transition to like the next evolution of adulthood is to find some like middle ground there.
Mm-hmm. Women are more socialized to always think about other people first and putting themselves second. Like, as much as I believe in self-care, like what's the cutoff between like self-care and selfishness?
Yeah. And I also fear that I am becoming less flexible in my ability to make those adjustments. And so I think that there is like this interesting tension between those two things. Like you are like emotionally ready to make the commitment, but then less like habitually flexible, you know?
Or are you even emotionally ready? You know what I mean? Because I feel like that emotional availability is like also a muscle that a person flexes.
Yeah.